Deep in the heart of India, where the mighty rivers like the Mahanadi and Baitarani snake their way to the Bay of Bengal, lies Odisha. A land steeped in ancient traditions, it's here we find a festival unlike any other, a celebration of the delicate balance between man and nature. This is Sinsantarpan, a time when Odisha's fishermen and boatmen communities honor the very waters that sustain them. This isn't just a festival, it's a lifeline. For generations, these communities have depended on the rivers and the sea for their livelihood. But it's a two-way street. Sea is about respect, about recognizing the need to protect these precious water resources. It's about understanding that our survival is intertwined with the health of our environment. Over the next few days, we're going to journey into the heart of this festival, witness its rituals, and experience the raw power of nature that these communities embrace. Get ready to immerse yourselves in the spirit of Tanpotchatsi. Picture this, the first rays of dawn painting the sky in hues of orange and gold. The air is thick with anticipation. On the banks of the river, fishermen gather, their faces etched with generations of wisdom and respect. In their hands, they hold their most prized possessions, their boats and fishing nets. These are not just tools, they are extensions of themselves, partners in their daily struggle for survival. And today, they treat them with the reverence they deserve. With meticulous care, they wash their boats, scrubbing every inch until they gleam under the rising sun. Then comes the purification ritual. Ganga Jal, the holy water of the Ganges, is sprinkled over the boats and nets, cleansing them, preparing them for the journey ahead. It's a powerful moment, a symbolic act that highlights the sacred connection these communities have with water. But it's not just about the physical cleansing, it's about seeking blessings for a bountiful catch and safe voyages. Offerings of flowers, incense and coconuts are made to Lord Jagannath, the presiding deity of Odisha, a silent plea for protection and prosperity. This ritual is about gratitude, about acknowledging the source of their livelihood. It's about understanding that their fate is intertwined with the river's flow, the sea's bounty. It's a humbling experience, a reminder that we are all part of something much larger than ourselves. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, the atmosphere crackles with a new kind of energy. It's time for the Kanchikango, the fire ceremony. On the riverbanks or even on the boats themselves, sacred fires are kindled, their flames leaping towards the heavens. This is no ordinary fire. It's a symbol of purification, of warding off evil spirits and negative energy. It's about burning away past sorrows and anxieties, paving the way for a brighter future. The fishermen and boatmen circle the fire, chanting ancient mantras, their voices blending with the crackle of the flames. The air is thick with the aroma of incense and burning ghee, creating an ethereal atmosphere. This fire ceremony is about more than just symbolism. It's about seeking protection from the unpredictable forces of nature. It's about ensuring safe voyages, about returning home safely to their loved ones after battling the treacherous waves. It's a powerful reminder of the constant dance between man and nature, a dance where respect and reverence are paramount. As the flames die down, leaving behind a trail of smoke that curls towards the sky, there's a sense of hope, a belief that the future holds good fortune. The air hums with a spiritual energy. Today is not just about boats and nets, it's about cleansing the soul. It's the day of the holy bath. Pilgrims and fishermen alike gather on the banks of Odisha's sacred rivers, the Mahanadi, Baitarani, Chitrapala. The atmosphere is electric with devotion. This is no ordinary dip. It's Magha Purnima Snan, a ritual bath believed to wash away sins and purify the spirit. With every step into the water, they shed the burdens of the past year, emerging renewed and ready for the year ahead. Imagine the scene. Hundreds of people wading into the water, their faces reflecting the sunlight dancing on the ripples. The air fills with chants and prayers, a symphony of faith echoing across the water. For the fishermen, this is a deeply personal act. They submerge themselves in the very waters that sustain them, seeking forgiveness for any harm they may have caused, there consciously or unconsciously. It's an act of atonement, a promise to be better stewards of this precious resource. As they emerge from the water, dripping but cleansed, there's a palpable sense of lightness, a feeling of being reborn. They are ready to face the challenges ahead, their hearts filled with gratitude and their spirits renewed. As dusk descends, casting long shadows across the water, a sense of serenity descends upon the rivers. It's time for a ritual as beautiful as it is poignant. Small boats crafted from leaves, each carrying a flickering diya, are gently placed on the water. These tiny vessels, illuminated by the soft glow of the lamps, bob gently on the current, carrying with them the hopes and dreams of the people. It's a mesmerizing sight, like 1,000 fireflies dancing on the water's surface. This is no mere spectacle, it's an offering to Goddess Ganga, the embodiment of the river itself. Each floating lamp represents a prayer, a wish whispered into the night, carried away by the current. Some pray for a bountiful catch, others for the safety of their loved ones at sea. Some simply offer thanks for the river's bounty, for the lifeblood it provides. It's a powerful reminder that even the smallest of gestures can carry immense weight. As the little boats drift into the distance, their lights twinkling like stars against the darkening sky, they leave behind a sense of peace, a feeling that their prayers have been heard. The air is alive with laughter, the rhythmic beat of drums and the tantalizing aroma of freshly cooked food. The final act of Chifinintina is a celebration of community, a shared feast that brings everyone together. Imagine sitting under a canopy of stars, the air thick with the smells of roasted fish, fragrant chena pakala, and sweet pithapana. It's a feast fit for kings, a celebration of the river's bounty. But it's more than just a meal. It's about sharing stories, experiences, and laughter. The elders regale the younger generation with tales of their daring encounters with the sea, of legendary catches and narrow escapes. The rhythmic beat of the dhol and the soulful tunes of the flute fill the air, compelling everyone to join in the revelry. It's a spontaneous outpouring of joy, a celebration of life itself. This is the true spirit of Konjol sightseeing, a festival that transcends religion and social barriers, uniting everyone in a shared love for their environment and their community. As the night wears on and the stars twinkle above, the memories made here will last a lifetime. As we've journeyed through the heart of Kaisi, we've witnessed more than just rituals. We've experienced the unbreakable bond between a community and its environment. It's a powerful reminder that our own survival is intricately linked to the health of our planet. This festival is a testament to the wisdom of ancient traditions, reminding us to respect and protect our water resources. It's about understanding that we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. From the bustling streets of Puri to the riverbanks of Cuttack, the spirit of Dahilasi in Chandakindi Sanskrit burns bright, a beacon of hope for a future where man and nature coexist in harmony. Let's carry this message forward, ensuring that this legacy of conservation and respect continues to flow for generations to come.